What's good, y'all? We got a video here by Antonio Speaks How Woke Lost Its Meaning. I had to react to this one, bro, because it just been on my mind that this word this word has completely been changed into something totally different. So I ain't gonna waste no time. Let's get straight into the video.
Woke. Now this phrase, just like many other AAV slang words, has been colonized. In 2025, this word has completely lost its original meaning, and as black people, we rarely even use the word anymore. Now to understand why this happened.
Yeah, I would say you wouldn't hear this from a younger black dude. You would hear it from a old head trying to kick you some knowledge or something, you know. And what it is now is so far from what I associated with the word.
We must first go back to the origins of the word. According to many sources, the phrase woke can go back as far as 1930, and it's simply meant to stay aware and enlightened. Also, many credit the late and great Marcus Garvey to coining this word. Now, through some research, I found that he didn't necessarily say woke, but he said similar things along the lines of woke. In 1923, in one of Marcus Garvey's speeches, he stated, "Wake up, Ethiopia, wake up, Africa. Let us work towards the one glorious end of a free, redeemed, and mighty nation. Let Africa be a bright star among the constellation of nations." It means that the Negro in the United States is today awake. He is aroused. He listens no longer to the flattery and the blandishments of the politician. He is beginning to look facts in the face. That sounds
Yeah, that.
like the real woke to me. Now later on,
Yeah. It was always for me when how I was introduced to the word and what it felt like was something that felt very much you be aware of the system and how it actually works and not how they're telling you, quote unquote, how it should work. Like look beyond the mask, beyond the veil a little bit to gain some understanding.
in 1938, a folk singer named Lead Billy actually used the phrase "stay woke." It was in his song about the Scottsboro Boys, a case of 9 black teenagers that was falsely accused of.
I advise everybody to be a little careful when they go along through that, but stay woke, keep their eyes open.
Fast forward.
Yeah, that's where I feel the Marcus Garvey thing. What he just quoted is more so what I would get from an old head trying to kick you some knowledge, some things about how the real world work. Like stay aware, be aware. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out here lacking. That's more of a this generation's term.
To what I would say the late 2000s, early 2010s. Me personally, when I thought of woke, I would think of the rapper Common, a brother that was on the block with the cap on, spitting rhymes and talking about woke activities. Better yet, think of this Boondocks clip.
What's up? What's up? Struggle is up, brother. Oppression is up, brother. Salami, eggs, and bacon. My name is Dewey. Oh, ba. Ooh, mama say, mama say, mama kusa. Jenkins.
Well, he playing it up, but yeah, you would hear this from them Common type. So this actually go hand in hand with Common, because this is exactly who I would associate someone who listens to Common and would say like it's real hip hop, and they listen to A Tribe Called Quest and they talk like this, and they actually got a message and they rhymes and they trying to give something of substance back to people so that they know and can be aware through their music. They got a message. They're trying to tell you something other than what mainstream rap was at the time, which was let's be honest, is most likely it was a complete opposite from what was going on with like a Jay-Z or a Dipset or shit, you want to go down south, the bling era, shit like that, where it's flexing and it's talking about how much you got. It was a far cry from that. So that's who I would associate listens to that.
The what?
So when I started back hearing the phrase woke again, I was like, what are these people talking about? This is not what it means. And I was genuinely frustrated.
It started turning into people of color. They started associating with it. It became another term for black, ethnic, something of ethnicity, and it never inherently was something that was associated with black people. They just used it. You could use any of that knowledge or stuff that Common rapped about, or that a Hotep person would tell you. It could be used for anybody. Could use that knowledge basically, but I digress.
First time I heard woke the way they were using it was probably like around 2020. To me, it seemed like they were using it as a slur for black people, bruh. Either way, the term now.
I first heard it when they was putting black characters. They was putting black characters in characters that were traditionally white, or putting black characters in video games to try and sell stuff, or trying to put maybe people of color in video games that happen to be women too, and they would say that that was woke, you know, because it got somebody of color there, and it wasn't the it's like a real popular. It was a real popular meme where a lot of the protagonist in video games was a white male with with short brunette hair, and that was always the main character. So when you start seeing women color characters and start seeing especially women of color characters in video games, it's like they going woke. So I seen it first in the video game space.
Is completely different. And if you go up to most of these people and ask them what woke means, they can't tell you.
What is woke to you?
What is woke to you?
I'm asking you because you're wearing the shirt.
It's anti-white. You know that.
Woke is anti-white?
Pretty much.
Biden has ruined our country, and the woke party, which he's part of.
Tell me, what do you mean by woke?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just know they keep talking about woke.
It was never something. Now you could get somebody could tell you stay woke and say something along the lines of, this is what the Republican Party does that's negative, and this is what the Democratic Party does that's relative, to try and get you to wake up to what's going on. Hence the hashtag stay woke. But it was never ever something that politicians used at all.
And what they're doing with the kids in school.
Woke to me is extremes. I think it's
and it wasn't anti-white. It was just trying to make people aware of what's going on, trying to provide some knowledge again, trying to provide some truth to what's actually going on, and not the farce that a lot of the time we get.
taking a lot of things out of context. I think it's just attacking people for their simple views that they have.
Woke means, I can't say it on air.
Say it. You can say anything.
It's BS.
As you can see, they all go around using woke, but can't give you a solid definition. Now,
basically, if I could try to put how they defined it in a politics space, because it's a political term now. They've turned it into it's left. They're referring to people on the left as woke. They just won't, and it's weird because they already had a term. It was the left. He was far left, or you was left leaning, or things like that. So I don't know why they just went like woke, and then they say that it's anti-white when it's not inherently anti-white. That's not what it was for, you know. And I know the next thing, now that it's jogging my mind in the political space, is they had like gay cartoon characters or something, so on and so forth, and they say like they would associate that with woke garbage. I've seen it.
in modern day 2025, woke seems to be used as a word, even almost a slur, to anything that is associated with black people and rights, gay people and their rights, and to keep it 100, anything that is not white. Now, to be fair, I won't really put the blame on conservatives for not knowing the word woke, because white liberals brought the word to them.
Ben Shapiro talked about going to one of your shows and complaining about you becoming woke, which sort of then created this.
He doesn't even know what that word means.
Let me summarize.
His definition of woke is white liberals' definition of woke, and they didn't even know what it was. They just took the word from black people. That's the worst thing about our people, is not only do we take from other cultures, we don't even take the time to understand the definition.
Yeah.
He went there to be annoyed so he can then have something to talk about, and then he can make money off of dividing his own country.
Yeah.
Those people, it's treasonous what they do.
This is my problem with a lot of white liberals. A lot of them say they are down with the cause. They for black rights. They for, everything with the oppressed or the minorities. But are they really? I plan on doing a video in the future about the white liberal and the white moderate. But when the whole Charlie Kirk situation happened, it revealed a lot. One of the biggest influence on the left, Dean Withers, a young white man. When he found out the news about Charlie Kirk, he was on camera crying.
Imagine being a 12-year-old
watching your dad fucking die. Nobody deserves that.
The reason that he can cry over Charlie Kirk is because he's got more in common with the white supremacist Charlie Kirk than he does for the people that he advocates for. I don't understand why the masses is eating it up. This is a white man that's crying over the death of another terrible white man. It shouldn't be lost on you guys either that Dean is crying over Charlie Kirk when Charlie Kirk would never cry if this happened to
He wouldn't. And I don't think necessarily Charlie Kirk would cheer for it necessarily, but he might mention it. I just would go to say he probably wouldn't mention it, and he would start talking about per capita and gun violence. I agree with that. I don't think he would mention him at all, or cry or shed a tear about him at all. He might say condolences. He may give him the benefit of that, but yeah, I don't see that happening.
Dean or anyone else like Dean. Crying over Charlie Kirk was a performance like many of the other things Dean does on his platform. He's one of our biggest performative activists, and yet people are still guzzling that content down. And honestly, let's recontextualize this conversation a little bit. What does a peasant look like crying during the French Revolution when the ruling class is getting executed? Like a complete fucking idiot. That's what they look like. And that's exactly how I feel about anyone on the left that's crying over the death of Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk advocated for a society with zero empathy, and this is what it looks like.
With the white conservative, I know you don't like me. You feel me? You can tell me your views, and I can be like, okay, cool. I can stay over here, you stay over there. With the white liberal, it's like a sheep in wolf's clothing. You tell me all these things, it sounds good, but there's really no actions put towards it. And that is why I don't associate myself with being a liberal or a conservative. I'm just pro-black. So now we're going to talk about
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Cause I would agree with that, bro. Cause I can't necessarily say that it's I'm leaning. I belong to any. I think it's a gang. It's very structured gang banging to me. So I can't sit here and say that I'm liberal or conservative, bro. Cause it just seems like it's a gang. The way that they moving, the way that people go about it, and people get up in arms about it. I just don't want to be associated. I want to serve my community. I want to serve my people. I want to be a good role model for my family and my community, because that's what I can control. But as far as belonging to that, it seemed like it's just, nah, I'm straight. I'm cool on it.
Few ways that woke is being used in today's world. See, the thing is, these people don't like to see diversity, whether it be in video games, movies, TV shows. If it's not starring a white male lead, then it's woke. Let's take example the movie Ironheart. This came out in June of 2025, and when people found out that the main lead character was a black woman, people lost their minds.
The one thing they keep desperately trying to hammer home is that Riri Williams isn't just some cheap, lazy DEI replacement for Tony Stark.
Surely that won't be what audiences think. Surely the audiences won't just think that.
It's time we talk about Iron DEI.
But this is what I'm saying though, because I guarantee you, most of the people that's complaining about this, I'm not familiar with this character. I'm gonna just keep it a being. When they named her character, and that's her, and she's a woman of color, blah blah blah. They did that in the comics. It's a real thing in the comics. So they acting like this character was just retconned in and somebody wrote it up. I bet you they don't even care, because real people who really in the comics would be like, oh yeah, they just doing the Ironheart story and just move on, whether they like it or not. Let's see if the show actually good or not. Let's see if it suck or if it's good. Cause it's shitty. It's shitty shows with black leads. It's shitty shows with white leads. It's shitty shows and movies with Hispanic leads. If the show is bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good. End of story. I just want to see and consume good media. I don't want to be pandered to. I don't want no whatever they complaining about. Cause I guarantee you, this dude don't really care about this. He don't really care about this for real. He just what is it? It's a grift. He grifting, because that's what it feels like. You covering comic book content, bro. You don't care about this shit for real.
Marv,
it's not even like they took a white character and placed her. She's actually the character's actually black. It's like if they took Miles and made him white, and we know in the comics that he black and Puerto Rican or Hispanic, whatever he is, but we know that he's of color, and they replaced him with a white dude, or they made Peter Parker black all of a sudden. That's not what they did. she actually is an original character. So I don't get it how they just including the black character.
Marvel has finally put the nail in the coffin for ruining their entire franchise.
We even have 40-year-old white men in their basement clowning the movie with racist remarks.
What would her Jarvis be called? Jemima?
Jarvisqua. I heard it said Jarvisqua.
Jaquisha? I think Jamichael works.
I'm going with Shanae.
I wish the jokes was good, because if it, you know what I'm saying, like if it was in good taste and it was actually funny, I really wouldn't care if it's funny. But we know y'all thought y'all made these jokes because y'all thought y'all was cool, y'all thought y'all was safe and nobody was gonna see it, but the internet lives forever. The internet lives forever. But y'all fine though. Y'all fine though, because you know cancel culture is not a thing anymore. Apparently, from what I hear, cancel culture not a thing. So y'all might as well just got this off and moved on.
I'm gonna go with shit.
Wow, likely.
Shit. I think you mean Shithiad.
Joanna man. Joanna man.
See, he tried to do the Key and Peele thing, but it's just the context that y'all doing this is
Iron Man. Joanna Iron Man.
You want a father.
See, not I see. I know the other ones is actual names of what they was trying to do, but when you start going into Joanna Father and all this other shit, man, like, come on, gang.
2025, nothing shocks me anymore. Now let's do a video game example. Assassin's Creed back in 2024 released, and it was starring two main characters, a woman and a historically real black samurai.
And this is when I was first introduced to when they was calling shit woke, and I really didn't know why they was calling it woke, and you could clearly see that they was calling it woke because the character just so happened to be black.
Right.
So there's a new Assassin's Creed game coming out in November, I think it's November 15th, and it is called Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it will be set in feudal Japan. But fans were obviously very confused when they realized that the main protagonist was a black man, a black samurai. And the trailer was released about a week ago, and it immediately garnered a response, as I talked about in the introduction. Now, I obviously can't play the whole thing, but here is just a little taste. Exactly what I think of when I think of feudal Japan. Ever cracked open a history book?
Just like so many other massive gaming companies over the past several years, Ubisoft has been very upfront about the fact that they want to push DEI in every way they possibly can.
But this is the thing, this shit is a fucking video game, gang. It's a video game. None of this shit that you're doing in the game is even real. So I don't get why people even care that much. And it's the fact that this is a case where they're not changing a character. They're not changing the character's identity. He was actually black. So if they trump up his skills and all this other stuff and make it a story, so fucking what? So what?
And of course, so much of it reached a fever pitch nearly 4 years ago, with them tweeting out Black Lives Matter, donating to the NAACP, and talking about their commitment to diversity and how it takes time. Well, certainly, Ubisoft, no stranger to injecting wokeness in a lot of their games, when it was...
And then the term just wokeness. Just say black. like again, with the way the country is now. Just say that they inserting black people, bro. Because this type of response don't garner this. Or they hit, if he was Hispanic, just say he is Hispanic. Like the use of the word woke is just unnecessary, bro. It's a black dude in the game. You don't like that it's a black samurai in the game. Don't buy it. Simple as that. It don't take all this outrage, bro.
It was rumored that the next Assassin's Creed that was going to be in Japan, in feudal Japan, what most people assume would just be a lesser version of Ghost of Tsushima, to be honest with you, it was rumored that one of the protagonists was going to be based off a quote-unquote black samurai, which is this kind of myth that's been perpetrated.
As a gamer who knows other black gamers,
he's actually a real person. They talking about as if it was a myth, or even if it is a Japanese myth and they make him black. The Japanese people made him black. Ubisoft didn't make him black. Ubisoft didn't just pop this dude out of the sky. So take it up with the Japanese people who make the myth. Simple as that.
We embrace white male protagonist leads all the time. We don't never be like, oh no, it's not a black dude, I'm not playing it. And that's because we not racist like them. And a lot
maybe crazy take. People, we just like playing video games. Nigga. I done played hella Uncharted, God of War, white character, they white. Greek dude, white dude. Done played plenty Spider-Man. Peter Parker is a white male. Don't care. He's a white dude. I don't care. I'm trying to play the game. I don't give a fuck. We done played plenty of GTAs with the white main character. I done played mob games, Italian white character. Don't care. Is the game good? Is the game good? I don't give a damn. Max Payne, all kind of shit. Is the game good? Like, you need to be worried about everything but what actually matters. You mad because they gave a black character some shine. Weird, bruh.
A lot of them love to say, oh, I miss when games weren't woke or when movie and TV shows weren't woke. But a lot of them were woke.
You want to make out? Just two gruff, military-hardened dudes sitting in an elevator, snuggling out their woes in a totally hetero way. Huh. Ah, that's a nervous chuckle. Either your human side gets the joke, or your computer side likes the way I look in these pants. Or a little of both, perhaps. Hey, I'm not judging. I'm just a good-looking man.
Had this shit happen today, bro, they would have said that they trying to program the kids to be gay.
Have you heard the term gypsy?
Quite often, see.
Did you know that this word was born from the misapprehension that my people are from Egypt?
You find it offensive?
I find it funny. My people are from Eastern Persia and beyond. Yet, somehow we have become citizens of a land we have never seen.
People are quick to judge and slow to correct themselves.
Do you think about politics much, Nico?
When you've seen what I have seen, you realize that most leaders are after the same thing. They're out for themselves, no matter what party they are a member of or what they claim to believe in.
Yeah, but if you had to choose, liberal or conservative?
I don't see a difference.
What is an older movie that if it came out...
Nobody was complaining about this shit. Shit is sprinkled. All kind of political messages is sprinkled all over media, video games, everywhere. It was always a message there. If Boondocks came out today, boy, they heads will probably pop. And it's funny because he played a Boondocks clip earlier, but it's all kind of messaging in there, but they would lose their mind.
Today would be considered woke. For example, if the Iron Giant came out right now, some people would lose their minds. It is a fiercely anti-gun movie and makes no attempt at hiding it, and that's one of the many reasons why it's so great. Shrek is super woke. It's all about them trying to stop a dictator who is essentially kicking out minorities. It sucks that the term The Matrix has been co-opted because the movie is a trans allegory. I'm not sure if the co-opters are aware of that. One time I read a comment that said, I hope they never remake Ferngully because they'll just wokeify it. Ah yes, Ferngully, that classic unwoke movie where the villain is literal pollution who is created by the human destruction of the environment. Lola Bunny is the second best player on Toon Squad, but the irony is, eventually they would call Lola Bunny woke. But it wasn't.
Yeah, they would have called this DEI basketball player woman in here hooping.
It wasn't about her basketball skills, it was because she wasn't as hot in the sequel. This was a pathetic but very real reaction. Considering the fact there are people right now trying to say that Star Wars isn't political, further convinces me that if this came out for the first time right now, it would be chaos.
Now, there was a trend going around on TikTok where people were talking about their wokest takes. And I just want y'all to listen to how these takes sound. Do they sound woke to y'all?
Woke take, I guess, but food shouldn't be used as a weapon, and everyone deserves to eat, even if they're poor. I feel like a lot of people are forgetting that these snap cuts will directly affect children, and if you're not forgetting that, you're just fucking evil. I want you to think about the last time you actually felt hunger. It's a very uncomfortable feeling. And if you're naive enough to think that this won't affect you, you're wrong. Hopefully, you're lucky enough to not cross paths with somebody who's so hungry they're willing to make a bad decision, but less people shopping in the stores means higher prices on groceries, and in this economy, that's not good for anybody. But somehow, we've convinced ourselves that the single moms on food stamps are the problem, rather than the 1% who has more money than this entire country combined. Right.
I made a video asking for people's wokest woke take, and I got over 1,000 comments, and so here are some of my favorites.
But all right, I want to see where she go. But the one before that is just common human decency. I feel like that shit shouldn't even be considered woke. But the one piece I will say from that is that they've convinced people that poor people are the problem because they buy junk food with SNAP benefits instead of buying instead of buying their 5-year-old a pack of fruit snacks. They think they are demonizing these people because they say 60% of people buy 60% of junk food bought is, I'm fucking up, 60% of the food bought on SNAP benefits is junk food. So instead of buying little Timmy some apples, she buys him fruit snacks to go in his lunch or his afternoon snack. And because she did that and made that choice for her child, she now doesn't deserve that because she bought junk. We food policing people now too. But Amazon can run it up. You know what I'm saying? All these other companies can run it up. Walmart can run it up. Meijer, so on and so forth. They not the problem. But the single mom that just bought some little Debbie cakes because they wanted some dessert is the problem. Because they bought some Doritos. Be for real, man.
I don't think the reason for getting an abortion matters. If you want one, get one. Could not agree more.
That's not these this is not this is a gross misrepresentation of the word, bro. This should just be this shouldn't be a woke take. Can it be a hot take? Yeah, but it shouldn't be considered a woke take.
Why would you want to bring a child into this world whose mother did not want it? It would most certainly ease up the foster care system, at the very least. Plastic surgery and beauty standards are that deep. Indigenous people should have the right to their lands. I completely agree. Also love this take. Any politician working in that state should be getting minimum wage. Yeah, you're a civil servant.
That might be considered woke, but the one before that is not even that crazy of a task. I feel like some of these is just hot takes. And they just...
What makes you better than someone working a $7.25 McDonald's shift, which, yes, is the minimum wage in Pennsylvania? It's the best way to represent your constituents.
We are so gone in 2025.
They just molded this word into whatever they want it to be at the moment. They just, depending on what group is using it, that's what it's meant at the moment. That's what it is. The word has no meaning anymore.
That's saying kids should be able to get free school lunches is woke. That's it for this video. As black,
can't feed kids. Can't feed kids. That free school lunch that I got, allowed me to grow big and strong, so I could sit in class and be focused and not hungry. So I could then make it to get my degree in high school. Well, get my diploma first in high school, and then go on and get that college, that bachelor degree, bruh. That associate's degree, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Got all of them off the backs of that free lunch. So shout out to y'all tax-paying dollars, whoever y'all parents was that paid them tax-paying dollars. It went to good use. If you want to see a good example of that, it's me.
People, I tell y'all this all the time. We gotta start reclaiming our words. Black fatigue, woke. Let's take them back. Stay woke, stay aware. Always question everything they tell you.
That's what it mean to me, bro. And I think this was a great video, dog. Woke will forever be what it was to me originally. I don't know what this shit is, but I guess it's just the other people version of woke. But good video again by Antonio Speaks, dog. Without further ado, I'm gonna get us up out of here. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more reactions.